So just gonna give it a few seconds. And the reason why I named this live, why I haven't uploaded in a while, is because I wanted to inform you guys of why I haven't been uploading in a while. So this isn't really going to be, any teaching here per se today, but, just want to come and share with you guys how our rights are being stripped, from us as we speak. And this is why I was telling people since the start of this whole thing that many people are handing their rights over, and it's affecting many. Okay. We see this happening. So give it a few more seconds here. People will come and go, but for the most part. So let me just get right into it. Right into why I haven't been here and why I feel like I shouldn't even stay here. But, making a few announcements as well. Friday, I'm having this flat earth, this biblical flat earth debate. Waiting to see how this one goes. But for the most part, that's what's going to be going on. I will share that link. And hopefully many people will go into that live and have their Bible open and read along if you really want to know the truth. But for the most part, this is the reason why I haven't been here. And I want to show you guys some funny business that was done to my channel that I really don't appreciate. Okay. So let me bring this up so you guys can see exactly what's going on. Okay. Hopefully my internet isn't running slowly, so just give me a second here. And the sad part, I can't even really tell you guys why I got banned. I could tell you, but all it's going to do is just get me banned again, because this is the game they play, right? They have their little power for a short hour, right? So when the Messiah comes back, they can pay for everything that they're doing. And I can't wait to be a part of that judgment. Okay, so screen share. Oh, they changed around the, okay. Now you could, share video clips here. Well, let's see if this will work. Okay. So, as you guys see here, what's up with that? I wish I could share this screen here. Let me just do something. Let me stop sharing this screen. Let me just show you what funny business is going on right now. Yeah. Okay. So let's just do it like this then. Since I see funny games being played here. Now, back to this screen here. Want you guys to see this. Look at my top screen there at that reception bar right here, how they're showing it's low. Every time when I share a screen, this is the ridiculousness that's going on here, right? Now let's just say I stop sharing this screen in the background. Connection is unstable. If your Wi-Fi, okay, yeah. But of course, my Wi-Fi is just perfectly fine. I just got through looking at it. But this is the games they play. So let me just stop sharing the screen. Now it goes away. Oh boy. Well, anyway, I just want you guys to see this because that has never happened before. Okay, ever. And I've been using StreamYard for about a good, month or so. That never happened. Okay. All right. So I wonder if anybody could hear exactly what I'm saying here. Somebody just please type in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me because, like I said, funny business. So let me just share this screen again. Let's see if it does it again. If it does, hey, I don't have any control over it, right? So back to what I was showing you guys. Because see, if my connection was not cool, then I shouldn't be able to load this fast over here. So this is how you know it's funny business going on. I'm looking at this reception bar sitting here, and it says my reception is low. Yet my web pages are loading. I mean, give me a break. Anyway, this is why I haven't been here uploading anything. Okay. So you guys are going to see me talking about certain things for 90 days. Okay. Even if I delete the video, it doesn't matter. And it's not because of this one right here. It's not because of this one. Okay. This isn't the one that they struck me down for. Okay. The video I made that they struck down, and I should be able to mention the name of that video because it doesn't have anything to do with this crap right here. Okay. The video that they struck down was called Wearing Out the Saints of the Most High. Okay. And then they attached medical misinformation to it. Of course. Right? Of course. But again, the experts are always right. Thank you. Because I'm looking at this reception bar coming on and going off, and it just shows that it's low, right? Just as I showed you guys, right? So that they're, this is their little game they play, right? It's a little game they play. All because of the information I put out, right? They don't like the truth for some odd reason. Well, you guys are going to have to explain, that bill that you got in Congress there, that HR 6666. Okay, anybody could go and look at that, right? I encourage you guys, go and look at what your government's putting out. Since the experts are always right. Now, in the other announcements for anybody that, So Friday, I got a flat earth debate coming up with Matt Powell. Matt Powell's a good guy. I would rather debate Matt Powell. I really wouldn't even call it a debate. I don't really like debates. I like discussing things, but the live is going to be called Biblical Flat Earth Debate. Does the Bible teach a flat earth? Okay. This is the last time I'm going to tell anybody that, because at the end of the day, it's going to be up to, people to, like I said, bring your Bibles, study, follow along. Okay. I'm not telling people to believe what I say, but I do encourage you to go and do the research yourself. Okay. So I don't know what I should talk about. Should just talk about how our rights are being stripped. How about that? Right? How about all these YouTube channels getting shut down, for speaking about something that should, everybody should have another opinion on it. Shouldn't be a one-sided opinion. You guys should know what I'm talking about. I can't say it here or else. The big bad bully police are going to put me on timeout for 2 weeks this time. So I'm going to have to start playing the game a little bit different. But in other news, how about those snowstorms hitting America? And this is going to tie in with this whole flat earth thing that I'm going to be talking about. Because again, like I stated before, the Most High set up, windows and doors, and, certain windows have certain things. Like if you ever want to know where the locusts come from, let's just look at that. Since we have a little bit of time here, at least we can still talk about scriptures. At least they ain't trying to censor that yet, right? It's only a matter of time before they do anyway. But let's go and look at this here. I'm not even paying attention to this reception bar anymore, because it's like, we in a minute I'm gonna have to stop talking on the internet like that. Because I see a lot of stuff disappearing off the internet, since a said person that is lost. All I gotta say is look into who controls the internet, and it'll become apparent what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's get into this here. So just because I have this debate going up don't mean I'm not going to be putting out this information as well. Because again, a lot of people say it's metaphorical or, some other nonsense here. It's poetic or whatever, right? No, I think the Most High is actually telling Enoch or showing Enoch, how he created this earth, right? So we're going to go into this storehouses, right? See what page this is on. Page 87. So this is the storehouses here. Okay. So it talks about the fire. So let's just dig into this here. I don't know how well you guys could see this. I don't even know what this part is right here. What is this part? Let me see if you guys could see that. Perfect. I don't know if you guys could see that. I'm wondering why this. Let me see. Why is this right here? I don't want that part. see. Oh, there we go. All right. So blow this up. So when we're talking about, these snowstorms, right? Even here, right? When you get into our Bibles, right? Get into here, right? They say that it's record low temperature in Texas and all these other places where these snowstorms are happening. And I will cover where that, we'll talk about the locusts in a minute. But it says here, excuse me, it says here, right? We know who controls the weather, right? It says it right here. For he said, to the snow be thou on the earth, and likewise to the small rain and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Okay. This is what he does. He controls the weather. He opens these, storehouses, as he's saying here. Right. And I find this one very, very fascinating here. He says, out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north. By the breath of God, frost is given, and by the breath, breatheth, right? This is the width, right? Breath, width, right? The width of the breath of the waters is straightened, right? How's the water straightened on the ball is my question. But again, we'll save that for the debate. Okay. Say here, talking about the sun in the clouds. Also by watering, he weareth the thick cloud, and he scattereth his bright cloud, right? Okay, so talking about how everything follows his command. When he says to the snow, be on the earth, that's where the snow is going to go. Okay, just like when he commands the rain to pour out a heavy rain, that's what the rain's going to do. Okay, and it's all about, hearken unto this, O Job, stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. Okay, talking about how he disposes the clouds, right? Talk about how his garments are warm, and he quiets the earth by the south wind. Okay, you're gonna find out why he quiets the earth with the south wind. Okay, hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong as a molten looking glass, right? And he also says here, teach us what we shall say unto him. So just think, you die, you go up, you meet the Most High, and he asks you, hey, how did I create my earth? And people tell him, a ball and space and all that. He's going to tell you, is it not written in my word? Because this is his word, right? Says, fair weather cometh out of the north, with God his terrible majesty, right? Touching the Almighty, who cannot find him out. He is excellent in power and in judgment, and plenty of justice he will not afflict. Men do therefore fear him. He respecteth not any that are wise of heart. Okay, so getting into this talks about the storehouses here. Talks about where all this stuff comes from. Talk about, Michael the archangel, right, showing Enoch all these secrets, right? And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of the earth and all the storehouses of the stars and the lights from where they come out from below the holy ones, right? So here's the order here. We see the order. Okay. There's storehouses for the stars. There's storehouses for the lights. And they come out of those storehouses. They are below the angels. Okay. And he says here, and the Spirit carried Enoch off to the highest heaven. And I saw there in the middle of that light something built of crystal stones. And in the middle of those stones, tongues of living fire. So he's basically describing to you, what the most house, like when Christ said, in my Father's house are many mansions, right? And he went to go prepare a place, right? He says here, and around about were seraphim and cherubim and Ophanim. These are they who do not sleep, but keep watch over the throne of his glory. And I saw angels who could not be counted, 1,000, 10,000 times 10,000, surround the house. So they talk about the Most High's house here. And it says right here, and Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Phanuel, and many holy angels without number came out from that house. And with them, the head of days, which is the Father, the creator of everything, his head white, pure, like wool, and his garments indescribable. Okay, so you get that same description of what God looks like in Daniel 7:9, Daniel 10:5, what his son looks like in Revelation 1. Okay. It says here, and I fell upon my face, my whole body melted, and my spirit was transformed. And I cried out in a loud voice in the spirit of power and praised, blessed and praised and exalted. Okay, so he was talking about how he was blessed in the Most High. All right, so I want to get to these storehouses. So it says here, and he said to me, he proclaims peace to you in the name of the world which is to come. For from their peace has come out from the creation of the world, so you will have it forever and forever and ever. And I will walk according to your way, and much as righteousness will never leave you. With you will be there. So he's being told that, he's being told that he's going to be basically dwelling with these, where the lights, the firmament, basically is. You see that here. And so there will be length of days with that son of man. Remember, they call the Father the head of days, but they call his son that came to the earth, shed his blood, the Son of Man. Okay, we know this. And the righteous will have peace, and the righteous will have an upright way in the name of the Lord of spirits. Right? The Lord of spirits is also the Father forever and ever. And in those days, my eyes saw the secrets of the flashes of lightning and the lights and the regulations governing them. So this is the stars, the lightning, and they flash for a blessing or a curse as the Lord of spirits wishes. Okay. So we understand that. Okay. He uses it for anger when he's angry. He uses it for correction. He uses it for judgment. Just think about the whole world all at once, lightning falling down on all the world at once. That would be something that these experts can't really explain. They'll say it's a phenomenon. They won't tell you that, maybe the Most High is about to judge, right? They won't tell you that. They won't even mention him, period. It's just like like what he said on earth when he came. When the son came to earth, he said, said to all the people, blow, you know it's going to be heat. You say it and it comes to pass. Just as well as you see that the cloud coming out of the west, you see that, you know it's going to be a shower. And it is so. You hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that you cannot discern the times, right? The last times, right? It's a lot of speculation of, if indeed we're in tribulation. Go and read about it, right? And you'll see that we're way past that, right? They know that's why they're putting a rush on this, the current situation we're in, right? And I saw in those days, my eyes saw the secrets of the flashes of lightnings and the lights and the regulations govern them, and they flash for a blessing or a curse as the Lord of spirits wishes. And I saw the secrets of the thunder and how it crashes in heaven above, the sound of it is heard, right? You ever wonder when you hear an airplane, right? You wonder if you ever hear an airplane and actually you see an airplane take off, right? Or you're like in the city and you see an airplane flying and you hear the sound of the airplane and it's high in the sky, right? Now, it would make sense that it's something up there because for one fact, sound bounces off things, right? And on top of that, being that high up, we shouldn't even be able to hear anything if there was an outer space, right? That sound should be going straight up to space. We shouldn't hear a word or a thing, going on up there, right? So this is talking about the storehouses. I'm just trying to get to the part where it talks about where, let's see here. Okay, here it is. Okay. So it talks about, and the spirit of the hoarfrost is its own angel. So we understand that even the weather are spirits and angels, right? Because you see here it says the spirit of the hoarfrost is its own angel, and the spirit of the hell is a good angel, and the spirit of the snow, right? So you guys see what's going on to America right now. This is basically an angel, and it has a special spirit which rises from it, is like smoke, and its name is frost, right? So Most High is basically saying this weather here, these are spirits and angels, and that would make sense why they would name a hurricane Matthew or Irma, or let's just look at who Irma was. Right? Irma. Let's just put the name in and see if it's like a fallen entity that they're worshiping here. Of course, they say it's a hurricane. Irma was a singer. Wow. Very telling here. Hope you guys see this one right here. Irma. It just fascinates me how these things just so happen to be intertwined with, certain things. So, Intergovernmental Risk Management Agency, IRMA, Hurricane Irma, rural management. Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. We know NASA's controlling the weather, right? That would make a lot of sense. But, maybe this is just a conspiracy, Maybe Irma isn't a intergovernmental risk management agency. Maybe that's just a conspiracy too, right? I mean, all I did was just type in Irma, and it brings up a singer, brings up a military thing, and it also brings up the hurricane, right? Wonder how all that ties in. Right, let's just see here. Let's just do this. Dealing with Hurricane Matthew. Okay. Find this very fascinating, right? I remember this, right? Let's go into the images here. Of course, they, take all these pictures and they make it look ridiculous, but of course they try to make it look ridiculous, right? But let's go to the news here, right? Because even the news was talking about this here, saying how this looks like a smiley skull here. Oh, look at this. They took it off the internet. Oh, what do you know? Of course, they got this evacuation thing here, but it was a news article. They were talking about it. This is right here. This right here is something that, I can't talk about, even though, even though we all know the truth. And if you don't know, go and look at your government bill, HR 6666. Okay, go and look at it. But all in all, guys, they took the news article down where even the news, because as you see here, I'm on the news tab, right? They were talking about in the news, talking about how Hurricane Matthew had this, weird face here. And they even outlined it on their radar. They were showing this all over. See, satellite images of Hurricane Matthew right here. Skull Matthew spooks, CNN.com, right? It's off CNN. But of course, we can't find that article anywhere because they're scrubbing things off the internet. And then they say this image here, right, from NASA. But all in all, something that I want to bring up that many of us should know the signs of this. And if you don't know, well, you need to open your Bible and read it for yourself and read whole chapters. Because I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. So, since December 30th, it's right here. December 30th of last year, folks. This is what Israel's saying. We all know what time it is when they want to do this. We already know what time it is. This is why I tell people, be very vigilant, right? Be aware, right? Because we're going to go in here. And this is why I say there is no coincidence, right? There's no coincidence. People might disagree, but I tend to stick. If my thing will. Okay. Daniel 9 says this here. Let's read. Because this is a prophecy dealing with the end days, the end times, which we are in. Okay. So let me just stop this real quick. That's kind of annoying there. Okay. So this is Daniel 7:24-27. Daniel 9, 24-27 here. Okay. And just to encourage you guys, okay, because I watch the things that are going on. And here is the coin for such thing. And why I tell people they need to be a little bit more vigilant about, who they're supporting. Okay. The reason why I'm showing this here is because as soon as this picture pops up, I should have this picture already downloaded, but I just want to. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Take this down a little bit. You see it here. To fulfill 70 years. This is Daniel's 70 weeks of years. Okay. This is Daniel's 70 weeks, right? That's why I'm showing you guys this, right? This is what it says at the bottom here, right? And he charged me to build him a house in Jerusalem, right? This is all going to make sense once you read this Bible verse here. And you see the man that's on this coin here. It's all going to make sense when I read this here. It says here, 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression. What is a transgression? To make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy. Says here, this is very key. He says, know therefore and understand. Says it right here. This is the key that you're supposed to be looking for. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. And the street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. Well, they're over there building it right now. According to this, this was posted December 30th in 2020. Okay. According to this, and looking at what's going on over there in Israel right now, this is how we piece this all together, right? So right now they're over there rebuilding, right? And I showed this video down here, but this is TV7 Israel News, right? You just go to their videos and you see all you need to see here. You don't have to watch a video. You don't. You really don't. All you have to do is just look at the headlines. Look at the pictures here. Hezbollah warns Israel over war prospects. Coming soon, the Middle East heading toward a nuclear arms race. Great power competition. You see all this, right? Iran moves closer to atomic arms. And then they got this show called My Brother's Keeper, which was the first phrase said by the first murderer in the Bible, Cain, after he murdered Abel. These were the words he said, my brother's keeper. Of course. Damascus outskirts bombed in alleged IDF attack. So you see what's going on. In troublous times, the city shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times. And it says here, after 2 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come. The people of the prince that shall come is the people of the Antichrist. Shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood. And unto the end of the war, desolations are determined. Well, we clearly see that. Just scrolling down and it's all war. It ain't started yet, but it's getting there. Okay. All the while, they're fulfilling the 70 years, and he charged and the guy that's on the coin. Okay. And here, let's read this article and see what they're talking about. Yet another member of the Knesset or whatever, Knesset, has expressed the desire not only for Jews to be able to freely visit and express their faith atop of Jerusalem's Temple Mount, but for the third temple to be built in our days. Oh, in the last days, right? Because these are our days, the last days. Okay. Says Nassim Vittori ranked 4th on the list of Likud candidates, which means he didn't make it into the Knesset or whatever in the latest national election, but with several Likud's MKs recently leaving the party ahead of the upcoming national election, Vittori and several others are getting a chance to serve as lawmakers, even if only for a few months. As of his first official act after being sworn in, Vittori headed for the Temple Mount, a Jewish residence of the Golan Heights, and it was Vittori's first ever visit to Judaism's holiest site. Right, and they show this guy down here. While there, he told an organization of advocates for building the third temple that anyone who represents Israel cannot be disconnected from the Creator. We are all anticipating the redemption. What redemption are they over there? Because we know that the third temple is not for the Most High. We know it's for the Antichrist. We're not stupid. May we merit redeeming this place for the Shekinah, holy presence, to dwell and to build the holy temple quickly in our days. Okay. Jews are typically barred from praying atop the Temple Mount, but police officers present at the time did not prevent Vittori from doing so. And then it talks about Gulf Arabs helping Israel to build temple, right? So the Gulf Arabs, the UAE, right, as it says here, dealing with, let's go here. because this is also in a prophecy here in Daniel 9. Oops, I'm already there. All right, so it's here. Till the end of the war and desolations are determined. And this is one of the signs that he says, well, right here in verse 27. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Well, that 1 week is that 1 hour, right? Giving power 1 hour with the beast. In the middle of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations shall he make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determination shall be poured upon the desolate. Well, we have this here, right? Right. I find it very fascinating, right? That they name this peace deal here, right? The Abraham's Accord. Let's look at this. This is in state.gov, the Abraham's Accord. So again, you're going to see me going into a lot of government websites as well. So, you know, this is what I'm talking about here, right? Let me just see here. Monica Levon. Sorry I'm late. I'll watch what I missed later. Just glad to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here and welcome. For people that know me, I'm not really in a chat like that. So if I don't really answer right away, you know, I will pop in a chat here and there. All right, so back to this. So it talks about him, them confirming a covenant with many. We know Abram or Abraham, you know, was given a covenant, Genesis 15, right? And then this weird little symbol they got going over here with this of peace, right? Because this is all about peace, right? So let's just go into the beat of this here. Where is it? Oh, here it is right here. Here it is right here. This is, wait a minute. Where is that other part though? Oh, here it is right here. Here it is. Okay, you guys are gonna, this is what I wanted right here. Because this is what this is. See, to find out what's really going on around the world, you have to go to many different things, right? Many different things here. So this is their new religion that they're going to have. It's called coexist, right? That's what it's called, right? Coexist. Now look here. We're going to read this one paragraph before I get to this other part. Okay. It says here, we, the undersigned, recognize the importance of maintaining and strengthening peace in the Middle East and around the world based on mutual understanding and coexistence, as well as respect for human dignity and freedom, including religious freedom. Is it religious freedom or freedom from religion? Because when I look around, Well, it could be both, right? Says here, right here. This is how we all know that there's going to be a coming one world religion. Says here. We encourage efforts to promote interfaith and intercultural dialogue to advance a culture of peace among the three Abrahamic religions and all regions and all humanity. Right? This is all this one world government thing. It's a new world order they're working toward. Now, look at this. Tell me, where's God in here? Because this is what they say. We support science, art, medicine, and commerce to inspire humankind, maximize human potential, and bring nations closer together. Okay, you got science, art, medicine, and commerce, but where's God? Nowhere in here do you see God. Anywhere in here. Here it is. We pursue a vision of peace, security, and prosperity. Well, we've been hearing these three words for years. Peace and security. You guys should already know where I'm going with this. We get this out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Right? Let's just go here. This is how I know. Right? This is how I know what's going on. I don't miss the scriptures say, and I don't follow large crowds just based off the majority rules, because I already know, enter ye in at the straight gate, for the gate is broad and the way is wide, and that gate leads to destruction. So I don't enter in that gate. I go to the one that's all fine, okay? And that's in this word, understanding it word for word, whole chapters. Says here, this is why a lot of people are going to get caught off guard. These first 5 verses here explains this. Okay. First 5 verses. You guys can go read 1 Thessalonians 5 if you want. Okay. But it says here, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly, you know this, that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say these 2 words here, peace and safety. Well, where do we hear that? Where do we hear that? Okay. Sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. So how's that day not going to overtake those as a thief? Well, you go further down into these other 5 or 3 verses here. It says here, ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as others do, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So one of those things we have to do is watch is the first thing, and be sober. Okay. This is how this day here, this is how this isn't going to happen. If you watch what's going on, this right here, you're not going to be affected when that day comes like a thief. That's why he say, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. How are you going to know something's going on if you're not watching it? That's one of the biggest things he always said. You know, watch for these things. It's like Luke 21. He said, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, know that the desolation thereof is near. He didn't say, oh, know that when they're encompassed with armies, they're going to be hugging and all this other. No. You guys, they're building the third temple for their antichrist. And again, a lot of people say that the antichrist is going to be, you know, some guy that comes out the Middle East. Well, I don't think it's a guy that's going to come per se from the Middle East, but I think it's a guy that has a lot of business doings in the Middle East. And the reason why I say this is because can't help but to think about it when the guy signs this Abraham's Accord. You all know who did it. When Trump signs this Abraham Accord, he's on this coin. He is fulfilling the 70 weeks. They are talking about building the third temple. And we understand that we're in the last days. So, well, thank you, Monica. I'm glad that, you know, some people appreciate this because, you know, it's sad to say that. Let me stop sharing my screen because I'm not going to be on here too much longer. Let me see how much more time I got left on my StreamYard. Because I do want to do a pre-show thing tomorrow. For those that do want to know and understand what we are actually living on and, you know, all that, as I said before, I'm going to have a flat earth debate. I really want to, I call it discussion, but it's, you know, going to be a biblical flat earth debate. Does the Bible teach, you know, a flat earth? So I got a good 2 hours left after I upload this video here on my, on my StreamYard account. So I'm going to try and do it to where I book like 3 shows already ahead of time. So I don't know when I'm going to book them. I don't even know what they're going to be about. I kind of want to cover this. I kind of want to cover this news on, you know, I can't even say it. I gotta remember because I got 90 days. I gotta be good. I can't throw a monkey wrench in this plan that Satan has because it feels a that's the only reason why. And then you know, it's a lot going on. So they're gonna keep playing with my reception I see. So they're like, we're watching you. Yeah, I know you guys are watching. But anyway, I already showed you guys that, you know, the reason why I got down was because, well, I said something was the mark of the beast, and I can't mention what I said, what it was. But you guys should know. They call it medical misinformation. Let's just put it that way. But all in all, I will be, let me see, I will be trying to do a prophecy update video, looking in the news and seeing what is being fulfilled, right? What's also going on in all these other countries. And I'm gonna get back into the book of Enoch, talk about the storehouses, and talk about where these locusts are coming from. Because I think very well indeed the Most High opened that window up only because, yes, Monica, that thing. I can't say it, but you guys can say it all you want in the chat. I don't really care. I just can't say it because they'll say I'm influencing or encouraging people not to do it. So I'm choosing my words, as you guys see, a little bit safer. I mean, I hate censoring myself, but if it keeps me around to still put out information that everybody needs to hear, well, so be it, right? Just as long as many other people know. Now, that ain't going to stop me from going out in the streets and talking about it. Sure, they could censor me here on their platform, but when I'm walking out in that street, guess what? I'm shouting it to the top of my lungs. Yes, I am. And then we'll see, if we got freedom of speech still running rampant around here. Because at this point, as a matter of fact, I even looked this up, guys. It's so sad. They even tell you when you're on social media, you don't have freedom of speech. That's one thing we could bring up. How we don't have freedom of speech on these social media platforms, right? And they say it too, right? Because I asked, so that means like places like YouTube, what I'm on right now, places like Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff, right? Let's take a look here. Here you see this. I hope you guys see this clearly. This is talksonlaw.com. Okay. Let's go here. Let's see what this article here says. Oops. Okay. So, says here, does the First Amendment apply to social media companies? Let's see if we have a First Amendment right on these social media companies, right? Here we go. To what extent does the First Amendment apply to social media companies like Facebook and Twitter? Does the constitutional free speech protection prevent Facebook and Twitter from suspending and deactivating accounts or otherwise restricting access to certain users? Free speech scholar Nadine Strossen explains how the First Amendment applies to private actors, right? They call them private actors. I find that very fascinating. Anyway, and whether or not it does, the importance of providing access to what Supreme Court calls the modern public square. Let's see here. See if we have the freedom to speak as we please on these tyrants' websites. They are tyrants. right? Dictating speech. It's like a dictatorship. Social media dictatorship. That's all it is. Many people are complaining about being kicked off social media platforms either because of particular posts or because of a series of posts. And the question arises, do you have a right not to be kicked off Facebook, Twitter, etc.? My name is Nadeem Strossen. I'm a professor of law at New York Law School. And for many years, I was the head of the American Civil Liberties Union. So to answer the question, do you have a right not to be kicked off a social media platform, is no. You have no such right. Many people are shocked to learn the First Amendment free speech guarantee, along with all constitutional rights, only protects us against the government. So if the government interferes with your freedom of speech, you can bring a First Amendment lawsuit to challenge that. And that's true whether we're talking about federal government official or state or local. But guess what? Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms are not the government. So they are private sector entities. So therefore, they have no First Amendment obligations to protect your freedom of speech. Well, what do you know? You don't have freedom of speech on a social media platform, guys. That means if Facebook wants to say, you can't post a Bible verse here, they would have the right to do that. Because also, what does freedom of speech protect? What does that protect? Freedom of what? Of you representing the religion that you believe in, right? It also protects the free press. But seeing those laws are done away with, I guess on social media, you can't say a darn word that goes up against the official government stories, right? Because that's what they're banning. Basically, it is the government doing it. They're only doing it through the social media sectors. But they say that social media is not the government. So there's a loophole. The government could use social media to attack your freedom of speech. Right? You got organizations, World Health Organization.gov, right? One of YouTube's policies is you can't say anything that contradicts who, because they're the experts. Well, I hope they could be experts on getting out of the judgment that's about to come to this earth. I hope they're experts on that. That's what I really hope. Because see, at the end of the day, it's only one person, or it's only one that's sending the calamities, right? We know the Most High brings calamities. And we know that, this nation is wicked. So with that said, since they're playing with I wasn't going to stay on more than an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm going to cut it short. I'm going to create another live probably for probably tomorrow morning or probably tonight. I'm not sure. It all depends on how my reception works. But all in all, I just want to get on here and tell you guys this and make the announcement about the flat earth debate, the biblical flat earth discussion, I would like to call it, and tell you guys why I wasn't here for such a long time while these guys are still playing with my reception. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, shalom, everybody. I hope you stay blessed. I hope you, I really hope you guys, read all the words that's written in that book and believe every word, because we are in very, very dire times. So that said, shalom.